Yeah, basically. Hit him up like, I heard your music.
I already did it.
Oh, wow. He gonna be like, which one?
I don't give a fuck. I will put it like this. I did my baby daddy away. He did me away. We weren't perfect to each other. I don't have any love lost for bruh. Like, at all. All I'm saying is, like, we just didn't see eye to eye. We just didn't work. But I understand where you're coming from. Like, the love was deep there, but shit happened.
That's what it is, man. That's life.
So, I don't want nobody to think I hate my baby daddy. That's my homie. I don't give a fuck. He don't want to talk to me, but it is what it is. Right. I will go beyond for him. That's it.
So, real quick. Getting back on topic, right? Beauty versus money, right?
We ain't six figures.
What increases what increases your value? What increases our value? Like, as men, I could name things that increases our value, right? A woman sees that you got these things and they're like, all right, you now can go from, because on looks alone, I think a man can't get no higher than a 6.
See,
the best looking nigga is a 6.
See, this is the thing.
It's all the other shit that adds you up to a 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it like that, there's things that a man has to add that adds his value. As a woman, what is it? What are those things that you guys can add? They over there. All right, what we doing?
Hold on,
What's going on?
Let me help her.
Nah, because we on air and y'all texting.
Okay, because baby, he's saying this is
No, you don't talk to him about this shit because he's his friend. You don't talk about shit with him.
But this is a good topic. So we talk about guys and their goals as a man, and what makes them, valuable.
Yeah.
And so some guys that have, goals, aspiration, and express their artistic side is a good thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Explain. I don't get that. What are you saying?
Like, if somebody wants to be something,
yeah,
and they aim toward being that is admirable and valuable in the man.
It is.
Okay. I see where you're coming from with that.
Despite your wallet.
Okay. So if you're going and chasing after
to be better, and
what it is that you said that your life calling is or whatever, then that's an admirable thing, even if it hasn't been successful yet.
Yeah, that makes you a 7.
Cap.
That goes you from whatever notch you are, it gives you another point up.
You know how many up and coming rappers out there that would disagree with you? They put their shit on in the car. Y'all be like, put that Drake on.
That emotional ass nigga. Yo, I saw this thing.
You know how many times I put my shit on and niggas be like, I'll play some other shit. Like, y'all don't. You get as an artist. I'm calling cap on that one. Only if you have some sort of moderate success. If niggas is streaming, buying your shit, you doing shows, then it's yeah. But if you just making music, you doing shows here and there, you're not getting paid for it and shit like that, they just looking at you as an up and coming thirsty ass broke rapper. Like, you get no clout for that. You still gotta have the money behind that. So I disagree in that part. But then again, maybe you guys don't value music the same way. Maybe if a nigga's artsy, you got some paintings around.
He said appreciate the shout out.
You look at the painting niggas a little bit differently, maybe. But the rappers don't get that love. Maybe because we cover dime a dozen. I think
that's a win, a notch under your belt when you're pursuing things that you want without support.
And that's what women bring as value to men. Like, when you're a woman and you're doing things that make you happy, things that you want to pursue, it's not so much of being beautiful while doing these things, but it's like you put effort into something other than spending this man's money. And if you are spending this man's money, you went away to spend it to do something more productive. You know what I'm saying? Most women, they'll go buy purses and shoes. 9 times out of 10, that man rather have a woman that would spend their money to invest in their own selves, to do the shit that they. I mean, you got permission to use it. Well, so why not be smart enough to do that shit?
It's a little bit of both, though.
A woman who
guys vice versa.
Yeah, I heard guys like when a woman knows how to spend
the money.
Exactly.
It's a little bit of both because
spend it, ladies.
I want you to have nice purses and nice shoes because ultimately that adds value to me. Yeah, so I want you to have that, but at the same time, I want you to be about more. I want you to add on to the home. And be about more.
Fuck that. You got to put that money back that you just fucking spent.
Nah. You
gotta do that. Yeah, you don't. But at the same time, if you put money into a business or invested into someone and then they actually flourish, you made back whatever you invested in them, and then you're still investing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're building more. You're you're elevating, I should say.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
a nigga give you the money instead of buying the shoes, put that into the business.
Yeah, that's like
And you can
giving
invest.
your dudes like money to go flip, and then he come back with nothing. Versus you go giving this
I know that's
nigga money.
happened a
You know what
lot
I'm
of
saying? And then you giving this nigga money to go flip, and then they came back with that then some. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. It shows the difference in your hustle. It's all about how a person hustles that attracts women of beauty.
Your
for those
hustle.
6 figures.
Okay.
Your hustle is a whole vibe. It's a whole. It's something that you just can't fake it.
So let me ask you
That's
this.
one of the things that Gucci Man liked about Keisha Kaur.
Hustle.
I agree with that. Let me ask you this. What is it the same thing, right? If you got a guy who he's an entrepreneur, right? He's hustling, and let's say I don't know, he does whatever, right? And he makes $150,000 a year doing his own hustle, right? And then you got this other guy, and he's got a 9 to 5, and he makes $150,000 a year doing his 9 to 5. Which one is more attractive?
The one
They
that
both-
owns his own. Why? Because you cared enough about yourself to go get something that no one could take completely from you. And you know, shut up. You know what I'm saying? But you went out, you just chose, hey, I don't want to be that sucker that works for somebody at 9 to 5. I don't want to be that average
Okay.
man. I want to be bigger than that.
I get
Like,
that.
you can, like, I feel 9 to 5s at a certain point, or like certain jobs such as McDonald's. After a certain age, you shouldn't even be talking to nobody at fucking McDonald's except for the fucking drive-thru.
Right, but there's 9 to 5s that pay
You're
good
right.
money.
They say
You're
McDonald's
right.
girls
Right.
give the best head.
I hate you, but you get what I'm saying.
I give hell
But
like a
I
broke
just,
bitch.
I just feel like
Something in the shakes.
there's levels and ages to certain things. So after a certain age, you shouldn't feel comfortable working for somebody all your life. I mean, some people are set in their way. Like I said, I ended a whole relationship because this person felt it was smarter to just work for somebody than to actually expand and be better, like go back to school and do better. And I didn't fuck with it. I think it's very stupid. Any guy that I've ever involved myself in, whether the relationship failed or not, that person wanted to be bigger, wanted to do more. They didn't settle for what society gave them.
But what
and
if,
said was
like,
okay?
They were ambitious.
Yeah,
Like
that
for
bullshit.
instance, right? And I'll just put it in a perspective, right? Because I'm not talking about just your average job, right? So you might have a nigga who got a gig with a big company, right?
Right.
Fortune 100 company, right? And he makes $120,000 a year, right? He's up for a promotion. He gets this promotion will pay him $200,000, right? He may not be able to just start a business and make $200,000.
But that's not the thing. You
feel
can
me?
have that position and raise all that money, but
So-
you have the money to invest in yourself. No business just spirals randomly off the ground. You
I
have
get what
to
you're
build
saying,
that
but
shit.
my point in what I'm saying is this, right? Let me get to the point. The point in what I'm saying is
That's a deep-
you can have a career path
Right.
and be on pace,
Yeah.
right? To get to a very comfortable space in America, right? I know guys who work
But
9
some
to
people
5
are not
and
like
make
that.
$500,000, right? I knew a guy. His wife used to work for me. He made $500,000 working a 9 to 5, right? Most business owners ain't never gonna get to making $500,000 a year, right? Most businesses are gonna flop
Right.
in the first 2 years, in fact.
Right.
So knowing you had that type of trajectory, I can't say that you don't care about yourself as much as the other guy who's just taking a different chance. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that.
So-
I'm just saying one of those guys are in a safe zone. You're comfortable. You're safe. You don't
Correct.
want to. You
Smart
will not
though.
leave your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? The type of person that I
that's
am,
so crazy.
I'm
Isn't
gonna
that
push your
smart?
ass.
Isn't that a
a
smart
part,
thing, though?
a part of
No,
the group.
it's. I think it's a scary thing because say if that's how you invested yourself in this is all you feel is going for you, right? And this is what you want. This is what you like. At some point, it's boring. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's something consistent and never fucking changes and nothing ever like grows
But I
from
only
it,
gotta
but
do
the
this
money.
for 30 years and I can retire and then, then have fun.
Okay.
You know what
but
I'm saying?
I feel you, but you did that for 30 years and like missed out on certain things in life when in that 30 years while you were saving and doing all this, you could have been building your own thing to where you would even then when you retired at 30 fucking years old, you
Or-
still have money coming in and
Or-
you can still go on fucking vacation.
Or
and
you
shit.
could have started the business, put all the money in, and it flopped. And then look
Okay,
stupid in
but
front
that-
of your family because
okay,
you broke as fuck
you're
now.
right.
And
But
all the
you
ladies
had-
looking at you because
you're
you're some
right.
broke ass
You know what's so
But
entrepreneur.
you had 30
Eh,
fucking years to get it. So if in 30 fucking
know
years
what's
that
so
you
and
couldn't
you got
stick
on your
it through, that's
Facebook
on
as your
you.
occupation
That's just
entrepreneur,
fucked
and all
up.
the ladies is laughing at you.
You
It's
know
like, that
what's
ain't
so
no real
crazy?
job, nigga.
No, I'll point that out to you because I know a lot of guys who were like that, growing up in New York. There's a lot of guys, and there were guys who actually were successful within their business, but every, business sometimes hit the hump.
Right.
Sometimes they got, it was illegal or some shit like that,
Right.
and they got, whatever the case may be, but there was like a peak and then a
And
fall.
Valley.
Yeah, there's a peak, there's a rise, and there's a fall. And when they rise, they had all the
Everybody loved
bitches,
you.
everybody loved them, etc. And then they go to the same place, the same block, the same
look at you like
neighborhood,
you fucking-
and then you go back to the place, and they're like, and you don't have it anymore, but you've had it at once, and they basically don't recognize you,
Correct.
and you got to go back to the ground. This one guy in particular, he owns a clothing store in the neighborhood. Everybody loved him. He had the big trucks and shit, all the money, whatever. Something happened, and he went to jail for like a year or two. When he came back, that's not a long time, 24 months. We come back after 24 fucking months. The same community, the building is still there. His business is not in it, but the same building is there. And you know what he got? He got the fucking flip table, folding table with his fucking materials in there, started from the ground. And then it's like almost like you were never there.
It's like, exactly. It's like it never happened.
So like that's what I'm saying. When you chase that type of, it does happen a lot.
So like
where
knowing
you
that,
can have that mentality.
But you had
As a
years
man.
to plan, is what I'm saying. If you had years to plan and execute, and like think of all possible ways, there's no way
you gonna
that you
fail.
could epically fail all the time. What you mean?
it's hard out here.
I
But
understand.
wait,
Yeah.
but wait. As a man, though, knowing that
'Cause a lot of
your
people-
status is based on how much money you have, and you have the ability to make secured money, right? This is why most people do the 9-to-5 thing. It's secured money. I know if I come up here for 8 hours a day, I'm gonna get some money. I'm gonna be worth something. Because when you have nothing, you're worth nothing, right? So as a man, knowing that you can take that route and have secured money, 90% of men are going to do that.
That's the
And only
same,
about
yeah.
10% are going to do, I'm going to do the entrepreneur route and take that chance and take that
And
risk.
of that
because
10%, how
it's
many are
just not
actually
safe.
successful?
And then probably
Because-
only 10% of that 10 are going to be successful.
And how many women are willing to go through that process?
trial
like when
period.
he came back out, right? When he came back out, like I told you, he had the fucking folding table. It
He
wasn't
had
no
it
bitches.
in.
He said, ain't no bitches around here.
They're out of there.
That's what he said. He said, them bitches left.
They're gone.
Bitches on my dick, all that, bitches suck my dick, all that shit.
They're
Them-
gone.
He got the folding table, and he's still the same guy. Physique is still there. You know what I'm saying? He's still the same
They're
guy.
gone.
But his life was very different 24 months later.
They're gone. The
Yeah,
baddest chicks will treat you how you keep them.
Right. So if you want a guy, and this is to all the females out there, if you want a guy that has an entrepreneurial spirit, then you need to be there and support him through all of those broke days, because there are a lot of broke days.
And then it's like when you first start a business,
You don't make no
you on the
profit.
ground level.
Yeah.
You like the McDonald's work of businesses. You're not like you're
Yeah.
not the CEO yet. Even though you're the CEO of your
Your
shit,
business.
you
Your
really
shit.
you really the McDonald's worker of
Yeah.
entrepreneurship.
Nobody
So
know
it's
your
like
shit. It's like,
I don't want to
okay.
be at the ground level of that shit if I could be at
That's
mid level of this other shit.
Yeah.
It's true.
So like you got that.
You're like, you ever go to the shit and be like, oh, you go like if you go to like the meet like conferences and shit, and then
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'm just such a like.
Facts.
When the real business owners get there, they be like, oh.
And you know, wait. You know we can't have a podcast without me
It's
getting
true.
deep for a second. So I'm gonna get deep for a second, right?
Yeah, we got a few minutes.
This is why also it's very powerful when you look at systemic racism in America and how you keep money out of the black community and keep money out of black men's hands. Because if your worth is in your wallet and I can keep you suppressed and keep you poor, then ultimately I keep your worth down. You understand what I'm saying? And ultimately I think that's what keeps birth rate down. One of the things that keeps birth rate down in the African American community, amongst plenty of other things, right? Poverty, homosexuality, prison, so many things, drugs. But there's so many different things that keep the birth rate down in the community. And I think poverty is one of the weapons of America to keep black men's worth down.
I think music is too.
You know what I mean? Music, definitely.
I think music is too, because I was watching this interview with Jaguar, right? And she was saying that women back in the day, is that shut off? It was like back in the day, women. She said basically sexuality in hip hop was introduced around the Lil' Kim era. Back then, there was no need for a woman to be sexy to be an MC or a lyricist.
Right, what it has to do with
You get what I'm saying? Queen Latifah and all that. Like you wanted to be one of the guys. You dressed like a guy. That's why the women had the baggy clothes and shit like that. But back then,
That's a fact.
yeah. And then she said also back then they used to have like this no cursing era where you literally had to study dictionaries and thesauruses
So wait.
to develop your vernacular so that you can compete in the freestyles and things like that. So
Can't
I
go out
also
there
feel
sounding
like
stupid.
I
Making
also
up words and shit.
right. So when you think about like the study